everyone, this is Dawn Marie with CreativeDMEDesigns, and I'm here for the Dear Julie and Cara Brandon Day 3 challenge. And look, here's Billy Goat. Her little paws there because she wanted to come up in my lap. And you guys can all hear Abigail because she's a brat and she's jealous and wants to be with Billy Goat and Mommy. Day 3 for the Dear Julie and Cara Brandon challenge. This right here is Julie's Day 3. And this right here is Cara's Day 3. Now, I taped this several weeks ago. Not what I'm taping right now, but I taped what I made several weeks ago. I may have to, at the end of this, stick in something else because I actually don't think I used everything. I always print off clean sheets to do the introduction, but what I'm finding is not everything, so I may end up having to add some more in, but we'll see. Once again, this is for the Cara Brandon and Dear Julie Fall Challenge. There are several of us participating in this. You can use this tag right here to look up all the videos that are being made with this hashtag. There is also a stream list on Dear Julie's website where you can just go from one to another. But the thing is that within each one of our videos, you should be able to go down to the information box and click the very next video. And do that on everybody's, and you'll just keep going through all the videos of the people who are working on these. Now, there have been some amazing things I've seen there. Some of the videos are just showing you what they've done. Some of the videos are walking through what they've made. Some of the videos are sort of the two together. Hopefully you'll enjoy what I've made, and let's get going. So I want to show you something that I made while I was just sitting here. It did use a couple little pieces from Day 3. It uses this. Let's zoom in. Oops, wrong way. It's made with 4 tickets. One is a flap. That is from Day 3. The paper over here. Paper inside is a scrap, just one long strip that I folded into a little booklet. There is a very small, tiny, in fact, I'm going to have to do this. Holder there, and technically you could also hold things in here, in there. So that was made with some of Day 3 things. This was something that was made, it could go on any day because it was made from a page in the book. These are made from just some scraps that I found on my table. I believe that this may be Day 2. I'm not 100% sure. But they're just little, they're made, whoops, they're scraps. They were just the little ends of something. And a sticker and some, and they'll go someplace in it. So those are the tiny things made. And they end up getting lost and you forget they have to go in. Let me zoom out. Okay. So what I did is that I printed half of Cara's sheet on very thin paper. I believe I pulled this off of my tracing paper pad. I just stuck it in. I wasn't sure what day it was going to print on. And it did get stuck, so it's got this, I love when things get stuck and they stop it, and it has this really cool, like, rainbow color on it. So I had done this, thinking that I would use it somewhere down the line, obviously, for in my book. So what I am going to actually want to do is I had left some of these pages as thin pages. So here's 2 pages that are thin. And you don't necessarily, see, 2 pages that are thin. I keep doing things off the side of my table. And my intention for this was to put this in and then use this as like a window page, I guess is what I'm going to call it. It would go actually between the 2 pages as long as I cut it properly. So what you're going to want to do is, and I am going to go like that. I'm going to very lightly, can you see it? Just do that in a line there. The reason why I'm putting the card is that the pages are pretty soft, and I want to make sure that they don't go. And this really is just, I'm using the depth of how wide this is. And actually it looks too wide for me, but sometimes I change things up. So this would not be, so it would only give a little place like that. Now, when you're making anything for a picture frame, the base, the bottom of it, should always be at least a 1/4 inch taller than the top. I don't know why. I was told this when I was very, very young. So, you know, we're going to end up putting something over this. And what I'm probably going to do is put the paper that matches this paper on top of this. So the lines might be there. So we know that this is 1 1/4 inches. So I'm just going to fit that edge, the edge of the page, at 1, and I'm going to do 3/4 and draw a line. Just because I eyeballed that one. So that's the real line. This is the bad line that will end up probably getting cut out. Now, this one I'm going to do from the edge of the page, and I'm going to do it at 1 inch. And then it's a 1/4 inch difference. Seems like it's probably along that line of words. That's what I'm going to go with. Okay, so this is not the one that we want to look at. Okay, so I'm going to go and do a 1/2 inch down from the edge of the paper, and make sure you're picking the right edge when you're doing this. Okay. And if you could see me right now, my tongue would be sticking out because that's how I do things. Okay, that was a 1/2 inch. I am going to do a 1/4 inch, and it's going to be difficult. I'm going to just pull it right up as far as I can to there, to where the book makes me stop. And I am going to draw this line. Mostly because I want to make sure that I have a little bit of paper there. Okay. So, I want this page cut like that. Do I want to do both pages and have it see-through? Totally. No, I do not. I just want this page cut. So I am not going to get out the board or anything. We all know that cutting, this is how you cut. Doesn't have to be perfect, so even if this is not I don't know if you can hear him, but Bruno is right under my feet snoring like the Dickens. I think that comes from his mother's side of the family, the English Bulldog. And the Cheese absolutely love the bed that I made for them out of my little trolley. They can now be at my level, and if they want to be patted, they don't have to sit and scream at me while I'm trying to do a videotape. Look at that. It ripped it almost exactly where I wanted it. Once again, these pages are severely fragile. So what do I want to highlight? There's a lot of pages, there's a lot of things here that I could highlight. I could go from here, forest to foot. I do like the eggs and the owl. So let's fold this over. Oops, sorry, I folded it over and you guys couldn't see it because I folded it at the edge. I fold things against the edge of my table just in case anybody's ever wondering why when I say I'm folding something, I go off the edge. I fold off the edge of my table. Let's see. Now, we want a full Mr. Owl, but that takes out Mr. Bear and brings in Mr. Deer's legs. So I know I'm going to cut it here. I'm just going to go ahead and I know that this line is where I'm going to cut it. So let's get it. And that can be used for something else. And this is that pretty weird edge from the printer. So, I am actually thinking that if we're going to line up the paper that matches this, we don't actually have to have Mr. Owl. Well, I want Mr. Owl in there. So that's about how I'm going to match it up. So I am just going to put glue along the inside edge of this with my teeny tiny one. And I'm going to stick it in there as tightly on the edge as I can so that it will seal with that glue. Because that's the most important gluing spot for this, is to make sure that it So now we know we can tear that. Oops, once again. And we know we can tear this one here, just above the page. Okay. I'm going to leave this part open. Actually, what I need to do so you can slide things in, nope, I'm not going to leave that open. I'm going to leave the back open. So I am going to glue this straight to the page, the whole thing. See that I got a little rip there, but that will be okay. I probably could have used my bigger glue so it would go better. These page, so I don't know if anybody, you know how velvet sort of catches when you touch it? That's what these pages are doing to, like, when I stick like my glue on it. It almost pulls away, like the paper's pulling it like velvet pulls, which is one of my pet peeves. I guess if you were to say it's a pet peeve. I hate the feel of velvet. I hate cotton balls. You know, it's one of those things where it's a touch thing. I don't like the texture of it. Let's see. Now, how can we make this edge look pretty? Because obviously I messed up because I have the black lines. Okay. I actually am thinking I really, really, really like these. The other thing is I was going to match it up, oops, with regular paper so it looks like one full page. I don't know, let's see. If I were to do that, I would, no, I'm not, it's too much. Too much, Dawn Marie, too much. Too much thinking for me to do that. Ooh, you know what? See this right here? I could actually put that all the way around, maybe. Or I could just go get some of my... There's not much blue in there, but you know what? There's enough that this blue tape right here will work. There's blue in the eggs. Let's see if it hides the black. Good enough, that's what I say. Obviously not long enough for any piece. I am going to have to put that down. Okay. Get that as close to the edge as possible. Okay. I don't know if you remember, but there were, we had them at my house. There were picture frames that had like cute little flowers at the corners so that made them stick up so they weren't perfectly, I don't know, they were sort of rustic looking. Because I was thinking, oh, that corner's not going to be squared, but you know what, if I run that there really quickly, maybe I'll be able to pull that up. Nope. But I will be able to. At least be able to try to get it as close to, as I can. Okay. Now I'm going to put that one as close to there as I can. Going to go across. And there's that. That was the tape, not me. I swear. I wonder how many people like are doing a craft thing like this and actually do toot online, toot on air, and because it's so quiet you can't hear it. That would be sort of cool to find out. Or did I do this because it makes it look weird? You can see through it. You can see the paper through it. So what I'm going to do now is you want this one to stay sturdy, and actually you want this, I think they'll stay sturdy if I go ahead and glue the edges around, and we'll have a top pocket. Or do I want a corner pocket? Nope, I don't want to, I can't do a corner pocket because I didn't think that out. Maybe I'll do a corner pocket like for another day. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to put it on the bottom and the cross. Let's try my little one and see what happens. I really should have had it sitting upside down in my lipstick holder, but and then I think actually I might do something pretty cool with this and make a lid to flip over on it. How about that? You know, a flap. Okay, now I'm just gonna go as much close as I can to it. For some reason that page is not as short, but let's see what it does. Let's see if it took all of that glue and is holding it. So I always make sure I have something here to do something like this for. Okay, so we have this side now. So this is where I'm going to put this piece of paper, which will leave me some extra on it. I'm actually going to cut it right along this line here. Where's my... So it's not going to actually be the full part of this. Okay. And I am going to what I'm doing is I'm using the page to measure where it needs to go. Measure how big it is. You don't want it to go all the way onto the inside because that will end up making the binding thicker than you expect or thicker than you want. Okay. So let's look at this. Okay. This part. That's the part that is going to go on this page to flip over. Now, it's very difficult sometimes when it's double bunched like this to flip over. So I'm going to flip this already. Okay? And we know that this is the one that's going to be added to the back of the page. So I'm going to open it. I'm going to cut down there, and I'm actually going to cut a little bit further down than where I bent it. Put the crease in it. Because I want to make sure that that crease is able to be bent to fold. Okay. Now, there's that. Now we need to look at this. Are they lining up? No. But you know what we need to do? We need to go ahead and glue this together. I'm going to use my big one because this is what's going to make it sturdy. Okay. As you can see, it's not straight along there. And as long as you have a straight fold, you can cut off the end at a 90-degree angle. So this one's straight right here. So I'm just going to make the whole thing straight. And just take that little end that was not working out off. And now it lines up really nicely. Now, the other thing is I am just going to make this have a little bit of an angle on it. Okay, let's get our book back. So this is going to be pasted on this page. And I am just going to put it on the very tip of where the edge is going to be, because I don't want it to go up near the opening. I don't want that opening to be glued down. So there we have a nice little top sack. I 99.9% of the time always put a little notch here. Sometimes it's centered, sometimes it's not, and who cares? So there we go. Okay. I'm going to slip this in here because it's thinner than the other paper. And it's going to cover up the white edge. So it gives you a better transition. Makes it look pretty. Okay. Now I do have this little black line here, but I noticed when I lifted up the tape from one of the other ones, if you stuck the tape down on it, it lifted the ink up. It's because it's so old. So there's a see-through, oh, see, I told you, the edge, a see-through top fold pocket made with half of Cara's page. and a big portion of Julie's page. Now, somewhere down the line, I might have to add to this. I don't know, but I'm really liking that look. If you put something that you'll be able to see in it, like, of course I'm going to use this one. You can actually see that there's something in there. And it's just totally cool. So there's another page done for day 3. Okay, what do I have left? I have this on Julie's. So why don't we make something to go in that pocket? I am really digging this right here from Dear Julie Julie, this portion. So I'm going to get the book out of my way. I'm going to get long scissors because you can do a better cut with long scissors, straight cut with long scissors than you can with anything else. Yes, I do have my guillotine, little guillotine right there, and could have used that, but sometimes you just got to use the easiest tool that you learned how to use, although I think I actually may have learned to use a guillotine cutter before I learned to use a pair of scissors. I'll have to think about that one. So we have this paper right here that we took out of the middle. Let's go ahead and rip the edge. I'm not liking that. So this already, let's start by just getting rid of these edges. This is not on super thin, but it also is not thick cardboard. So it does sort of need a backing. I am going to now, the one thing I like about what we just did, it has a little bit more orange in it, and I love me my oranges. So I'm actually going to distress the edge with this because there's that little tiny piece of red right there, or orangey red on that mushroom. So I'm going to do this to distress it. So it just makes the edge orange. And if it gets anywhere else. So today is Thursday that I'm doing this on. This weekend I think we're going to end up having 4 extra dogs for stay, which will be cool. 4 of my favorite dogs. So that's why I'm trying to get as much of this done as I can so I can play with the dogs this weekend. So I like that. It did go over a little there, but meh. I do have this really pretty piece of lace. So what I'm thinking is that if I make it like that and I keep this edge on the outside, you'll sort of be able to see it sticking out of the or I could just glue it like that. And that way we still have a little bit of edge. What does this side look like? Okay, so you would still be getting that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to cut this along this second set of ovals. Okay. That way I still have some of this beautiful stuff, which is vintage. I'm going to put that along the top so it's like a flip up. And I'm going to grab brown list paper that I have. I moved a lot of the stuff that I used to have in my closet out here so it'd be faster for me to get to them. I'm really enjoying that. So a lot of my little pads like this are closer so I don't have to go all the way in the other room. Let's see. Do we want the word list on it? If we have the word list, you won't end up with the numbers. I think I'm just going to do the numbers. Once again, if you fold it over, it will make a straight line. I am going to just do that. And I already rounded the corners on this, but I'm going to start it a little bit down so that I can put this on the top. Actually, I should put that on the top so I know where I can start that. Scrunch, scrunch, scratch, scratch, scrunch, scrunch, scratch, scratch. Okay. Now there is a front and a back to this. This is the back. And this is the front. I am going to try to get it on as even as I can. It's not the prettiest. It's got its flaws. That's okay. So now what we need to do is I'm going to get the big one. I'm going to lift this up as high as I can get it. I'm going to saturate the back. I'm just going to draw pretty designs all over the back so I can stick this list down. Okay. I am going to stick the list down over to the left-hand side, closest to the numbers as far as I can go. Now we're going to lose the writing implements, but you know what? That's okay because I will use those again because they're like artist tools and I make a lot of art type journal ones. So, okay. Let's fold that back over and tear it. And let's fold this side over. And tear it. And then I'm going to do that edge again. And I used the biggest one because I tend to use the biggest one the most. And then I'm going to go back over and do more of the orange on that white so that it hides it. I can tell my hands are getting tired. I can't even open a small thing of ink. I'm going to pull this over as far as I can so I can get that one white piece there. I also want to keep that off-white lace away from this for the moment until it dries so that none of the red bleeds. Okay. And like I said, that's pulling out the orangey red in the mushroom cap. The other thing I could do is go back to my water and add some pretty color to this. Okay, I'm going to use the same orange. I am going to look for my, there we go. It wasn't in my water jug, I had thrown it down. You can hear all the paper that I'm doing. And I'm going to do these right here. The unopened, if you need to round it off, make sure you use the side of your brush. Okay, that one's really messy, but I did better on the rest of them. Okay. Let's rinse that off. Is there any place else that we can maybe use that? Let's look at it really quickly. Let's see what we can do about that little dot. I'm just trying to get it on the edge so I can make around that little dot. Messy, messy, messy. And that little dot. Okay. I can also put it, let's see how much is left here. Right here, not much. Let's do this center and that center and that center. And that center and that center. Okay. What other color? I really like Wild Honey, and I think that goes really well with this orangey red, which was Crackling Campfire. So let's see how sheer we can get this. What did I do? I was a ding-dong and colored in the wrong things. That's okay. Only the people that watch this will know that I messed up. Okay. I am going to take this color and go around the edge of the mushroom paper. Just to bring that color in. I'm doing a scrumble in there of that color. I'm going to also scrumble in here in the center of as the smallest scrumble I can. Okay. Now I am going to go to my lighter shades. which are covered, and I just dumped all over my desk, but at least the covers didn't come off. I am going against what I've been telling you guys. I started with the darker color. Normally I do actually start with the light color. Excuse me. I think it's because I had done the edge with that. So I am going to go with scattered straw, and I'm going to put this as the center. So I'm going to just go around the edge. And what that's going to do is it's going over the other color that I put there, so that's going to be darkening it by that shade of yellow. And which will give depth. And there we go. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a C here, which will be like a low light. And that was of the scattered straw. Okay. The mustard seed. I'm actually going to go out of my depth here because I wasn't going to do this. I'm going to fill in this section right here with the fossilized, with the mustard seed. My mustard seeds are not this bright, but you know, I guess it's supposed to be like the yellow mustard rather than like Gouldens or the chunky, when you get big huge chunkies in it. Okay, so that was that. Okay, now I just thought of something. I am actually going to take and pull this color down on this side of every one of these flowers. Why just one side? Well, because when I put the next color on, it's going to make things look like things are going in and out because of the color change. This is a little darker. So you're going to pull that one up like that. You see how it just darkens that? So it definitely looks like it's set deeper. Okay. It's pretty good. Let's see. Let's use the fossilized amber to go around the edge, outside edge of the inside piece of fabric. Okay. The other place I'm going to go is around the outside edge. just highlighting the top of that mushroom. Highlight the little nubby. Okay. Pull that down the center. Okay. Let's see. So I didn't use squeezed lemon because it is super crazy bright. At least for me. But I'm going to use it in there because it's got a lot of dark colors around it. And it's going to mute it a little bit. Hopefully. It still looks like a daisy. And I'm just going to pull it in a couple places that the white is still showing. And because of the change in difference in the color, it will look lighter there, so it will look like the sun is maybe hitting it. The other place I'm going to put this is I'm going to put it in this little dot right there, that dot right there, and that dot right there. And I'm going to pull it just along here. Just along there. Okay. Now I haven't done these little things right here because they are super, super tiny for me to do it. And also I kept the outside edge of that one, of the flowers, because I really don't think, I think I'm going to have to grab, let's see what this looks like. So this is sort of shiny. I think this might look cool if I do it around the outside of the flowers. This is a Jane Davenport Mediterranean Sea glitter marker. I can tell you, I went Jane Davenport crazy when all of her stuff went on sale 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, at Michael's. And at that time, I don't know who it was, but somebody gave me a hint that it was all going into the, you know, the $2 bins or the $3 bins or whatever they are. And I was waiting at the door, and the person who had told me actually kicked the bin towards me and said that I wanted this one. Because she had seen me getting all of the Jane Davenport before the sale. So I ended up getting it. Yay! Now this is still too fat for the, and you know what, I'm going to do this. Might as well highlight with glitter, huh? These little things right here, I think I'm going to do with, let's see what this orange looks like. Ooh, I like that. Oh, but it might be too bright. Let's see. No, but you know what I'm going to do with this bright color? I'm going to make those. And I'm going to turn a C around those. And then I am going to grab this marker right here, which is just that color. And I am going to do that in here. Oops, I did that one upside down. The only people who know will be the people who watch this. And that one too. The other thing I think I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take and go around here. And I'm actually going to do these. That must have been 29 minutes because it shut off. So this is the back, and you can lift that up to go to your list. The other thing that could be done is that another flap could be put at the bottom, like for instance this. Or a piece of the sheer paper. And I don't mind that it's sideways. I think because of that lady there. So I am going to rip this. I could just make okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that one there because it's actually not that pretty, but it's okay for there, for the back. And then I'm going to have this one at the front, and I'm going to have it just come over there so it's like a little tab to flip it up. So... and this is from one of the pieces of the sheer that I used, that this is to make the pocket that this is going into. So that's cool. Use up the bits. No extra bits. Okay, and I'm pressing that towards the outside so that if any extra comes out, it comes out so that we can put it out. Oh. Can you still see it? Yep. So it can hold that down. So there's the little lifter for that. And now one of the things that I could do with this, which would look really good, is put like a button and do a double-sided button, or there's plenty that could be done here. I just want to make sure that the edge is done. So I'm going to do as I do, flip it backwards, do the edge. Okay. There we go. Let's get my book. Okay, this is the tag that goes in. You know what? I'm going to put it in upside down. So I make sure that that goes in, but we have the little pull here. And actually it's showing what I don't want it to show, because I want you to be able to see that yellow, which is why I did a bright color through the paper. And you know what? You're not going to be able to see it on the camera, I don't think. I can see it. I can see that there's a yellow flower behind there. I'm trying to get it on the camera. I don't think you can see it, at least from what I'm looking on my little screen. I'm sorry. But it looks really cool from where I'm at right now. Maybe somebody will buy it and get to see it. Oh, and look, see, this paper is sucking up glue. So if you use the little one, you might have to do it twice because it sticks to the paper and then the paper comes apart. And then you do it again and it seems to stick the second time. And it's only because the paper's old. I am not going to put that in there. I'm just going to actually leave that there. Okay. I'm going to pause this or stop it. Hey everyone, remember how I said at the beginning I didn't know how much I used of that? Yeah. So I went through and pulled out some things that I had done. You've already seen this, and that had some of Julie's on it, so I'm just going to put it over here for my bag. This was some more of what Cara had, so that just needs to go in the book. And here's a moose from what Cara had. I also had made this from Cara's paper. The back here is from Julie's, which was the top edge of the numbers that I used. And I believe this was Cara's. I'm just going to set those all to the side. And you all saw my little taggies. So what was left that was not used on Dear Julie Julie's, nothing on Cara's was left. I sort of pieced things together. It was this chocolate pretty background, the stamp and the girl, the mushrooms, which actually I did use on something, but it wasn't on this. It was from my other project. And the owl. So I did end up cutting up the extra that I had printed. But I think I have one project left in it. Billy Goat seems to want to come in my lap. Are you going to say hi, Billy? Hi, Billy! Oh, what are you doing? You want to come into Mommy's lap? Or are you going to sit up and make part of the thing? Huh? Okay, back in my lap. So, I am going to do this super quickly. I've sort of already got something set up here. This is a index card that has a flap on it. Oops, I need to figure out where you guys are. I threw my camera on really fast and did not pay attention to where it was. So I colored this brown so the green doesn't come out, or the color doesn't come out. And then this was something that I had used in my September journal. I had colored it. It's a piece of mandala. And I thought the colors would go very well. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to glue it from across here. And I'm going to go down, I'm going to move it down onto the little flap. Because I don't want it to stick to where I've done brown. Got that, guys? So then I'm going to take this and I'm going to try to make it so it fits so you can't see any of the brown. Oh, but now you can see a little bit of that blue over there, and we don't want that. So let's move it over. It's just an eyeball thing. You know, you're just eyeballing it to get it to fit. It's nothing crazy. So the problem with these is that on the other side, this is got a plastic coating on it, and it's really hard to get things to stick to it. So I've already cut the chocolate piece, and I actually am going to put it right over the back of that, but I'm going to put the glue right here along that green. And then I'll show you how it's going to end up staying, because we're going to use some few extra things here. Okay. So now I want to make sure it's right on that edge. It actually could come down a little bit. So you have all these little extra edges here. And what I'm going to do is, we can't really glue that there. I'm going to put one tiny little glue dot across the edge here, but it won't end up staying because of that plastic size. Maybe it might, who knows. I'm going to pull this corner edge in and glue it to the chocolate. I'm just going to call this chocolate. And then that's going to help hold that piece to the entire index card. There we go. Okay, now let's take and put a little bit of glue on here. So that covers up the green for us. We don't see the green of the index card. And it covers it up here, but it also makes it so you can, because of how I did it, tuck something up underneath that little catch up there, like I showed you. It also keeps it so that you can use the back of it. So it will flip up there. So we have the inside of this, and we have anything we want to put up here. So let's see. These are from a magazine that I just got, and I thought I pulled those out of my my stash because I thought it might look pretty. Because we have this whole edge that needs to be done. And we have these, excuse me, two things. While I'm finishing this up, my husband is actually downstairs doing some grunt work. He's got his headphones on. He can't hear a thing with his headphones on. It's blasting music. I'm hoping you guys can't hear him singing. Not that it's bad, but he's also talking to the dogs as he does everything, which is pretty funny to hear sometimes because he has funny names for each one of them and, you know, all that silliness. So we have our owl that needs to be used. We have our mushrooms that need to be used, even though I used them for another project. But we have the second ones here. Now how about we try to see if we can get that owl to sit on top of these mushrooms. So if I were going to do that, you're going to want, I'm going to cut the top of the mushroom off. But I'm not going to take it all the way off because I don't know, I may want to keep the... So we want his tail to come over the top of the mushroom. So you know you're going to want to cut right there so his tail comes over. You can have that leaf stay, or you can just cut it off, which I think I'm going to. I'm just going to cut it straight across, and the other part of the leaf is there. Let's go ahead and do that. Now let's see what it looks like if we go like this. I am going to cut straight across this because we know his feet are about right there. Oh, we know that yellow part is his feet. How about that? I have to switch to smaller shears. Okay, they're in my froggy over here. Okay, so his feet are these little yellow things that are on the log. So I'm going to quickly just see where they are. And cut the part of the log that aren't his feet off so they can sit on the mushroom. So let's see. So we'll get him to sit on the mushroom. We've got to take him up like this so that that can go behind the mushroom. Now, do we want to keep those there? You know what? I am just going to take the entire background out of this. And I'm actually going to take the mushroom off right here. Now, I'm going to stop it right there because I don't know. I may want those cute little flowers there. Let's see. I'm going to zoom you guys in just so I can get a better look. But we'll probably keep it that way in. Like I said, I turned this on super quickly to make sure so I could do this because I'm just finishing up my other portion. And I actually do like the little floral right there. I know the mushroom wouldn't have it, but we'll pretend. How about that? Okay. So we're going to have the owl sit on top of that, and I'm just going to glue him right there to it and get it done. We're going to have him sitting on top of that mushroom. Now, do we want to, I was thinking, you could almost take and put So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make this like a necklace. Let's just see what this guy looks like, or girl. If we put it I mean, makes it look pretty, but do we want it to look pretty? I'm curious about something. What if I put it coming from, that actually pulls the color into the mushroom if I put it down around the mushroom base, like where that little neck is for the mushroom. I'm sorry if you can hear my husband singing. I don't think he realizes, I mean, he knows I'm taping, but I don't think he realizes that I can hear him when he's doing that. Which means that you guys maybe could hear him too. They had a gig last night. They did really well. And last night I went to watch Frozen at DPAC, which is our local theater in Durham. It was really fun. I miss going to the theater. I love the theater. But if I went, I would be going by myself, or I'd buy 2 tickets and have to find somebody to go with me. I mean, it's not like I couldn't find somebody to go with me, but my husband is not a theater goer. He can't sit still that long, or that's what he claims. He can sit and play his guitar for that long. Okay. Oops, that's not it. Where'd it go? Here it is. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put that there, and we're going to put this little wreathy thing right here, and I'm going to flip that back of the wreath in the back of it. I could have totally cut those little things off, but it'll bring me the satisfaction that it was done that way. Okay. Oh, I like it. Look, it's so cute with the little wreath on it. Too cute. Too cute. I wonder if we put like the mushrooms around the bottom. If I cut this in half, right? And we put the mushrooms, these little wreathies down across the bottom of this. It will also bring the color down there. Ooh, I like that. But you know what? I don't want to make it too like Halloween-y with those. This is just it's got some feathers in it. So we'll say we're using that because of the owl. And let's just put this across here. Ooh, hi little cutie. I really like this one. And you know what? I may actually cut the stamp and put it up there. I think that would look good. Oh, but you know what? I'm going to use this one. Uh-oh. We almost had a fall. Where is my... There it is. I have a magnet, like a 16-inch magnet, and I actually have it doubled in like an A form with all of my scissors that I use attached to it. Or not, they're not attached to it, you know what I mean. They're hanging there, so it's easy for me to grab what I need when I need it. Those are all little owls. Actually, I may put it on like that. That might look cute. You know what I'm going to do, though? I'm going to actually do the edge of this one with this, so it's like doubled funky edge. And this is from the same catalog I got the other thing from. And actually, I want to be able to see more of those owls. So I'm actually going to cut this closer to the green. I have no idea what song he's listening to. Okay. Let's put that there. I'm going to actually put it kitty corner. Or catty corner. I always learned it kitty corner, but since I've been down here in North Carolina, a lot of people say catty corner, and I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? But it's the same as kitty corner. Ugh. The differences between north and south sometimes is just crazy. Could have a crown on. No, I think that's too much, but I do like this. So there are 2 extra dogs here now. We have Lola and Lupe are back for the week. We love when they come. Lola is a big black lab. And Lupe is a white fluffy dog. He still can't... There's a couple different breeds that are white and fluffy, and I always forget which kinds they are. She and my mother and father-in-law's dog that we have, Minnie, are probably the same breed. They're very similar. And then we used to watch another dog that was that breed too, and his name was Milo, but he moved to Florida and I don't get to babysit him anymore. So there's the back of this. I am really liking that. That's cute. Cutie patootie. Okay, here's the front. And remember, we do have a thing that will be able to go up in that. It's funny because the background of this is actually from something Christmas, and I remember it because it was in something else or in one of the kits that I bought from Julie. I think it's supposed to be a stamp, so we'll just do that. And like I've said before, Julie uses a lot of the same elements, but changes it up and adds different elements for whatever theme she's going for. So you might see the same vintage postcard in every single one of her kits, but she's changed up the design she's put on top of it, which is really cool because she owns that postcard. She's not pulling it from, you know, a database or whatever. And all the little things that you see on top of it are not from another digital file, or she didn't go on to one of the sites that you can get free stuff on. They're her personal vintage items. Oh, we also have the back of this that needs to be done, don't we? Let's see. I have this right here. If I put that there, it could actually become a cute little pocket. So I'm going to glue this in a C. I'm going to put it across the top. This was cut from something I already made, and this is just a piece of scrappy. And I'm not sure where the bottom is yet, so I'm going to put the bottom across here. Ooh, 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 ooh. And I'm going to stick this on there too. Just because I can. And it's at the right exact point, so I don't have to lift it back up to do it. I need to have these sharpened. I know, I can cut tin foil with them and it will help. So let's get that glue out again and put it down again. Okay, now we have some pretty sorry. Okay. Okay, let's cut up this edge here to get rid of that little thing. Now, I actually like the brown coming down there, but you know what I think I'm going to do? Let's see if it works. Where's this scissor? Let's see if I can make it look a little jagged. Or, well, the way the grain of the paper is going, it's not gonna rip it like I want to, but it still made it look sort of pretty down there. It's not straight, but it's unique there, and you can still see it behind it, and that's sort of cool. And, oh, watch this. Sorry, my hands are crazy. Okay, if we put that there, across there, and I'm going to cut this one too, and we'll put that one in the center. Well, actually, could also have like a little place to just jam things in, like a ticket or something. And we're going to put that one across there. And then the odd one we'll put in the middle there. So there, that edge is decorated. Let's see what it looks like. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks pretty cool. Huh. Okay. Let's see, we do have this one right here, and I really think I'm going to put this up here, because I want it to go like this though, because I don't like what's behind there. Yep, I'm going to put it like that. Let's get that corner done. We're going to put it like that. I don't mind seeing that one little green thing there, but it's too small to read what's written there, so mine as well take that off. If you wanted to get technical, we could put it right there. That's at a... Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to cut this edge, this corner off. And I'm going to glue it down right there so it's giving us her little thingy there. She's right there. Okay, so we're reusing things from a magazine or a flyer. I think that was from Home Goods or Home, it was junk mail is what it was. So we have those places to stick things. We also have this little pocket, which well, I'm not going to, do I want to do it so it's like a little cubby hole? No, we won't do that. So we've got that, and that actually uses everything in both kits for day 3. And what I was just saying is that I want to show you this page. This page, and I'm going to pull it up to you guys. Can you see that there one time must have been a piece of paper stuck in there and it aged it around the edge? That's all natural aging. I mean, you could see there's a cutoff point. And I already tore out the paper that was on the other side, so you can't see that, yes, it was mirrored. You can see I took out 10 pages to give us some room in this. But I just think that that is so cool, and I want to highlight it. So I'm thinking if we take Mr. Square Root and put him right along the edge there and make him like a flippy flappy that you can tuck stuff in, you're still going to see all that wonderful aging that are on there. And you're also still going to see the most plebeian helper, which I think is a pig, but I'm not sure. Some of the wording in here is different than what like we say nowadays. You know, words come in and out of practice. So I love that on here, so I'm just going to put this as far down as I can without it going right into the binding. But I'm going to move it down so that we can see the title, just because that's fun. I mean, it's pretty words. So there, that's from day 3 also. So we have a little flippy flappy thingy there. And it's also highlighting the page. Let's see where else. I don't think there's anything on that that's going to make it stick. Let's see, do we have anything else? We have Mr. Moose left, and that almost looks like a belly band, but it's an up and down belly band, which we really don't have anything. He could go on the inside of this page, which was from, I think, day 1. You would see that around the edge, but it almost looks like the cut paper that I put there. Or do we want to keep him and not make him have another place? Because I also don't like journals that are totally full, like things on top of each other. Let's see if there's a pretty page. This almost has the same thing too. You can see that edge. I actually have something I want to go here. Let's put it on. Let's put it as a corner piece. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to flip this over onto that one, so it will be a corner, but it will work for both sides. On this side it will have the oak leaves, and this side it will have the bull moose. So all you have to do, and what I've shown you in other things, is just to put it across the little top, and it will, which page? I think it was this page. Oops, I want the bull moose on this one. So there we go. There's another little top corner thing. So we could, I mean, go along when, like I said, when you come back, there might be something underneath this. But I think that's really cute. I love the bull moose. They're very native to Maine, where I grew up, and I've seen several of them. So there, that actually is the very end of day 3. And I want to remind you that everyone working on day 3, you can see all of their videos if you put in this hashtag. Or you can go down to my information box, and the very next person on the hop will be the first person in my box, and you can just click her link. And then just keep doing that throughout, and you'll be able to watch everybody's video. So, once again, this is Dawn Marie with CreativeDMEDesigns, and I want you guys to have a fun, exciting, and funny day. Bye.